everyone, thank you so much for being here. So this is day one of our Frazer Brookes Success Summit training. So I'm obviously going to cram a lot into one thing. I'm doing my best here. So maybe you will have to watch the recording. But if you have a pen and paper, that would be the best way to start, because I'm going to throw some stuff out there. And then also I found clips of my most impactful bits and figured that out so I can show you, because I'm like, how can I give you guys as much value as I possibly can within this short time? But I'm going to start with Frazer Brookes's 3 pillars of MLM. And he says, mindset keeps you in the game. So number 1, we've got mindset keeps you in the game. 2, skill set gets you paid to play the game. The skill set is what gets you paid to play the game. And leadership is what sets you free. Mindset keeps you in the game. Skill set gets you paid to play the game. And leadership sets you free. The 3 pillars. We must master all 3. Hi, Sarah. I'm so happy you're here, babe. Another point, hesitation leads to doubt and doubt to inaction. If you're hesitating, if you're not sure, you're going to stop. You're not going to know where to go. We've all been there. I've been there. Allison's been there, I'm sure, when you're like, oh my God, how do I even move forward? You're not going to move. Get your why down, understand why you're doing this, or this doubt will lead to inaction. You're not going to move forward. This is one of my favorite quotes of the whole thing. You don't get paid what you want. You get paid who you are. Ooh, you get paid who you are in this business. You can't come in like, I want 5K a month. Have you done the work on yourself? Are you the person that deserves 5K a month? Do you see what I mean? I think that's incredible. So you have to become the person you want to be in 10 years from now, right now, to become valuable enough to deserve what it is that you want. You have to become that person. And that's really cool. So otherwise, how are you going to get on stage and inspire the people? So you're going to get paid who you are. Take check. Where are you right now? Who are you right now? Are you being paid what you deserve for what you're doing right now? Chances are probably yes, because it's the law. If you're not where you want to be, look at yourself. What do I need to do to be the person in 10 years that is going to be in this place? So he says it's not the how, it's the who. Who do you want to be? It's not how do I get there, but who do I have to be to get there? Get rid of the how. It doesn't matter about the how, it's the, okay, what are the 3 words that describe me in 10 years? What are the 3 words? Here's a value, energy, and inspiration. Could be impactful. It could be ascension. 3 words that describe the person you want to become. That's how you're going to become that person. But it's becoming that person now, becoming the who now and not the how. Because we're always like, what skills do I need to learn? Oh my God, how many things have I got to do today? If we're not in the place of the person who's going to get there, that's not going to matter anyway. So like, if you want to be a certain rank, you've got to take check. What's the problem? What's stopping you? Why aren't you there just yet? You know, what's the inconsistency? Is it the skill set that you need? Are you lacking in skill set? Is it mindset, or is it inconsistency? It's usually one of them. You know, like, be honest. This is where you can speak to your upline. Am I lacking in skill set? Am I just not getting it? Are there things that, you know, oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. I'll just make Allison co-host. But what is it? Like, it's so cool to be honest about this. But is it that you need more skill set? Do you need to learn more skills? I always do, for sure. Is it that your mindset's not quite there? You have limiting beliefs, you don't understand, or are you just not consistent and you're expecting to get there? So have a look at that. So the only difference between here and there is time. That's the only difference. That's all we've got. It's time. So we need to fill in that time with things that are going to help us to get there. So we've got to figure out the root of the problem. They talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza, someone I absolutely love anyway. You need a therapist, or you need someone like Dr. Joe Dispenza. If we really seriously want to get to the root of the issues that are blocking us, the inner work. I love that they mentioned Joe, like one of my absolute heroes. Like, yes, he works on the subconscious mind. Spend more time listening to his meditations. Get a therapist, work through your stuff so you can get to the root, because Frazer hits it. He's like, you've got it. We've all got stuff. We've got to work on this stuff. Otherwise, we're going to keep blocking ourselves, be it money blocks, whatever kind of blocks it is. we're going to keep hitting the same thing until we can do something different. And none of us want that. So there's so much. There's so much that we speak to. This is great. If you're not certain, you procrastinate. It's similar to what I said before. If you're not certain that this is the business for you, that you're going to make it, that you're going to make the money, that you're going to build the team, you're going to procrastinate. Are you procrastinating? Are you sure on your goals? I procrastinate when I'm not sure, when I'm doubting myself, when I don't think I can get the money, when I don't think I deserve it. I'm like, oh, I'll just make a reel instead. And just like, that's enough work for the day. I do it. We all do it. But this is where we get to look inside, like, why? What are the beliefs that are holding me back? So, and this is so good for what we do. They buy to your level of belief. They're going to buy to your level of belief in you. And the product, belief in yourself and the product. If you're not getting the sales, if you're not getting the customers, if you're not getting the brand partners, check your level of belief in yourself and the product, because it's a mirror. If you're not recruiting, check your level of belief in yourself in the recruiting process. Do you understand the steps to onboard? Do you understand it? Have you taken time? On Monday, they talked about the new onboarding slide deck. They've made it so easy. So get really good at the skills, because a lot of us, it's skills, honestly. I'm going to call it out. I think a lot of us are like, I don't really have the skills, I'm scared. So make it a priority to learn the tools and the skills. So we're like, oh, I'm untouchable. I get it. Ask me, ask Allison. But they buy to your level of belief in you and the product. I'm just scratching the surface of the gold that we got in this school. Honestly, like, it's amazing. We're about to get on to, oh, this is so good. This is so good. How to find leaders. How to find leaders. Earners are found. We find people that earn good money, right? We find them. Comes in thing, leader making money, that doesn't equal. So people that make money think they're a leader, but they're not a leader. Some people may be a high rank in a company, make loads of money, but a rank and like someone who makes money doesn't equal a leader necessarily. It's a whole different ball game. So we can find an earner, someone who makes us good money, but leaders are earned. We earn leaders in our organization. When you lead by example, you'll start to earn your leaders. Allison didn't find amazing people in any other way than she worked on herself so hard that the leaders started going, I recognize this leader. I want to join this leader. You have to become the leader first. You will earn your leaders. So earners are found. You'll find some earners. You'll find some earners. You'll make some good money. You'll earn your leaders. And when you start earning your leaders, you're going to be like, I'm doing it. It's happening. This is so exciting. Again, rank does not determine leadership. So don't get upset. You're like, oh, all these people are all these really high ranks. There's all these bloody colored diamonds and I'm nothing. Doesn't mean they're leaders. It means they're earning well. They're high earners. They're good at listening to orders and following the systems, but they're not necessarily leaders yet. It takes a long time. It's created in the dip. Leadership is created in the dip. The ones who, you see these people that go up and you're like, wow, it's so unfair. They're doing so well. They're just going up and up and up all the time. Nothing. That's not creating a leader. A leader is formed when it's going like this and suddenly it goes, what's the reaction? That is what creates the leader, the reaction to that. Leaders focus on solutions, not the negative. I love this idea. Imagine if Winston Churchill was slumped over, we'll win the war. Like, that's not a leader. A leader has a different posture. A leader is like, we're always going to find a solution. Everything is going to be okay. It's a whole different energy. You don't have leaders who are like, oh, I'm just going to blame the MLM. Oh, the compensation plan's so shit. Oh, it was this. That is not a leader. If you ever see someone in a high up rank acting like that, they're a high earner. They're not a leader. So always look at yourself. Don't compare yourself to the ranks. It's not about the ranks. It's about you. It's not about where you are or the money you're earning. It's about who you are becoming. So keep within yourself and know that it's happening. You know if you're a developing leader because you know you're going through some shit and you're still here. You're still here and you're going through the shit. And I know that of everyone. Everyone on this call has gone through some shit and we're all still here. We're developing leaders. When you feel good, you do good. So it's your responsibility to make yourself feel good as much as you can. The better you feel, the better you do. It makes you unstoppable. In its reverse, you know, when you feel shit, you don't do anything. You do nothing. And when we do that, we go nowhere. So it's this like loop that goes down and down, or we can reverse it and go up and up. So stop yourself when you're feeling bad because it leads to nowhere, and get yourself on the up. What makes you feel good in the business? What makes you on fire? What's your favorite thing about this business? Focus on your strengths. Help your team figure out theirs and focus more on the thing that sets you on fire. Mine is training. 100%. I love leading. I love motivating. This, I live for this. If I could get rid of everything else and just do this, I'm like, Purium, please hire me. This is all I could do all day. This is what lights me up. For some other people, it's, you know, onboarding, finding people, being whatever it is. Everyone has a different thing. Community. Allison's like a mother of us. She's like the mother of dragons, right? She's like, I build this community. So find the thing that sets you on fire. Don't quit on a bad day, for goodness sake. If you're going to quit, quit on a really good day. Never quit on a bad day. Just don't do it. And frustration is the gap between where you are and where you should be. If you're frustrated, it's because you know you're meant to be somewhere else, right? You're like, why am I here and I'm not there yet? Trust the process. Keep doing the work. You know, keep doing it. You're going to get there. Okay, there's so much talk about influence. Are you a person of influence on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, if you start this business and you bring on 1, 2, 3 people, that's really good. You've got 3 people who trusted in you, who are like, I'm going to listen to this person. This person's influential to me. That's an amazing start. If you think about it, 3 people trust you and love you enough to go, I'm going to order that because she says it, not because I've tried it. And this whole business is about building influence, as Allison has. I'm going to use her a lot as the example. She didn't start this with a ton of influence. People now look at Allison and they go, if she says something's good, I'm going to do it. She's built my trust. She's an influencer. She's a leader. That happened over time. So keep building your influence. A lot of people here are building their brands, building their influence. So continue to do that. We will only attract people of our level of influence. Right? We're only going to attract people to our level of influence. So it's our prerogative to keep becoming influential. If we want those top people of influence, we must become that first. So, you know, create a safe zone in your house, get in the right environment, get a mentor, whatever it takes. If you're serious about this business, you're going to have to get more serious. This was a huge thing for me. I was like, I'm getting a mentor immediately. I broke up with my boyfriend. I made some big changes this weekend because I had to get serious about what I really want. And my environment wasn't good enough. Now it is. Great. I can move forward. We have to get really serious about this. Yeah, if you're carrying weight in relationship, physically, even on your body or in any area of your life, you've got to let that go. Weight is going to hold you back here. Okay. Instagram is the no shame sales game. So good. Discipline, so much on discipline. We need our face on video every single day. I said this to my group. If you're not doing a story with your face showing or something with your face talking every day, you will not build trust with your audience. You must be seen every single day as this person. They're like, wow, she's been consistent for a year. This girl or this guy really isn't going to give up every single day. Very, very important. We can't duplicate work ethic, only systems, but we can pass them on. We can't duplicate work ethic. If Allison works this hard, she can't make you work that hard, but she can duplicate systems. Work on what's duplicatable. Our systems are so easy. And by being the person of work ethic, you're going to inspire other people to do that. This is a letdown business, guys. This is a letdown business. You're going to be let down more than you ever have been by any man in your entire life in this business. You're going to be hurt, but it's how you respond to that. You know, we've all had it. Someone coming on, I'm going to be your biggest salesperson. I'm going to be your superstar. I'm going to make you a millionaire. And then they quit. We're going to have it. If you haven't already, it's going to happen. So I love that. This is a letdown business. So the more we can just be like, okay, I'm cool with that, and not like hang on to those people and be like, this is going to be my thing. Keep recruiting. It happens all the time. People are going to say words. They're going to say a lot of words, but it doesn't always follow through. A really good thing that they taught us is, you know, getting people to, when we bring someone on, to test if they're going to be good for us. Go, okay, you're started. Number one task I want for you, write down your list. The verbiage would be, most people do this in 24 hours. Are you going to do it then, or are you going to be an overachiever? And they're going to be like, I'm going to be an overachiever. Great, cool. And then they're going to message you when they're done. You're going to see, you get to see then if this person who says that really, really great is going to do it when they say, or within the 24 hours. If they do, great. If they don't, they're going to get more of your time. They've let you down. They're not saying what they're going to do. We set them tasks. Great, Alice, I did it on time. I'm really, really early. I did it. What's my next thing? Wow, okay, this is someone I can work with. That's something I'm into. Okay, your next task, you're going to make a reel. Most people do a reel in like 30 minutes. Do you know when you can do that by? And so on. Set them tasks. Are they always asking for more? Are they always doing them? This is how we're going to figure out if this person's worth pouring into more and more. There's stuff like this we can do. I can do more trainings on so much of this. I'm going to go over it with Alison, but pre-qualify. Right. They paid to join your team. You're more valuable. Okay. So they paid $330 to join our business. They paid $330 to join our business. This does not give them access to you for life. This does not mean you're their mentor. It does not mean that you give up your entire life to serve this person. That doesn't. It means that they've joined the business. You will help them. You're here to support them. If they're showing up the way that they said they would do, them paying $330 does not give them access to you. Please have some boundaries. We owe them continuous mentorship as long as they do what you tell them to do. As long as they're upholding their agreements, as long as they say, literally our responsibility is giving them assignments. If you give them an assignment and they follow up with their assignment, I'm going to work with you. If they don't, I'm sorry. I have 100 million other people that really want my attention. Pre-qualifying. So marry the activity and divorce the results. You know, that's what we're going to do. So, sorry. Okay, cool. So you just want to see if people are hungry, willing, coachable, and asking what is next all the time. Like, give me more. That's what we want. So a bad mentor is going to say, you're going to crush it, but they don't want them actually to overtake them because they want to be on top all the time. Like, I don't want anyone to outrank me, but a good mentor wants you to outrank them. Alison's like, please get to Royal Crown before me. That's a good mentor. She wants her people to absolutely crush her. It's in everyone's benefit, but a bad one would never, what I learned in these 3 days, a bad mentor, I'd hoard this for myself. I'd be like, I'm not sharing an inch of this. This is going to get me a one-up from anyone else, and I'm going to do the best. We want to share everything because we want everyone to do well. And so a good mentor will recruit, identify, share, and edify, raise up, share the stories of the new recruit, share the new stories, and get the new brand partner to share. It's all about the edification of the new person. Edify them so much. And we talk about this a lot. Okay, I'm going to cover a lot more, but I want to share the Jessie Lee stuff about leadership now. Oh my goodness, there's so much. I'm so excited. But this Jessie Lee thing, I was like literally like crying at the end. If you guys know who she is, you know. My team do, because I literally share stuff by her all the time. So to get this actual one-on-one training with her on this was a bit of a game changer. So let me know you can see my screen, and I'm gonna get a notepad and pen. This is from the book. It's called The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. I'll put it in the chat. But this is her breakdown on leadership, because we've got to become leaders to do the best in this industry. This is a leadership industry. Alison knows. Alison and Jared know. It's not about sales, it's about leadership. So I'm excited to share this with you. If it's going to play, please play.
She's here in Dubai on a retreat for her team. So unfortunately she can't be here live, but she is telling me, please send me the comments and the love and stuff. But please show her some love by taking photos, boomerangs, videos, putting it onto your Instagram stories, tag her, I'm Boss Lee. And we will head over to Jessie Lee Ward on all things leadership. Appreciate you.
Hello. Hello, everybody. What is going on? It is Jessie Lee, and you can also call me #BossLee or the People's Mentor. And I'm really excited to be with every single one of you today here for the Success Summit. And I'm going to do one of my favorite trainings ever. I wish we were in person, So Frazer Brookes, Svetlana Brooks, Baby Brooks. The next event, let's make sure we're in person, okay? I know y'all are feeling it too. We wish we were in person, but I want to give a huge thanks before I even get started in this leadership training to just say, listen, what Frazer Brookes has done for this profession and for this world in general is unbelievable and unmatched, especially in Europe, as I know so many of you are watching from somewhere in Europe. I like to be a little bit of the Socrates quote, right? He says, I'm not an Athenian and I'm not a Greek. I'm a citizen of the world. And so I feel like that with Europe, so hopefully you guys will let me in, continue to let me in your countries. And we'll continue to grow together and see each other together. But at any rate, today I want to talk about what John Maxwell talks about, the 5 levels of leadership. And this is something that when I learned it for the first time, it changed the way that I looked at who I was as a leader. And it made me think more about who I wanted to become as a leader. And so when I'm going through this training today, I want you to not only, maybe judge yourself, right? Determining where you currently are, but also where you want to go. And I truly believe that leadership is a verb. It is not a noun. So it's not something you can just call yourself. It's actually actions that you continue to do that inspire people to either follow you or want to be led and motivated by you. And so I'm going to kind of go through this with you because I think it's really important. And I want to go through things that he says are the 10 insights that help you understand how all the layers are related to each other. So first thing is you can move up a level, but you never leave the other one behind. So I want to say that to begin with, because as I go through this, once you're past level 2, you still have to do level 2 and level 1 activity when you're at level 3. You don't just ignore level 2 and 3. It'll make more sense when we go through this. Number 2, he says you are not on the same level as every person, which is probably kind of obvious, but you'll start to notice different things, maybe in your upline, your downline, your crossline, all kinds of stuff like this as I go through this, where you go, well, that person doesn't do this and that person does that. And that's okay. I want you to start really evaluating the people that are around you and the people that you're allowing to mentor you as I go through this. The third thing he says is the higher you go, the easier it is to lead. And you'll see why, because the skill sets are very different. On number 4, he says the higher you go, the more time and commitment is required to win a level. And this is important because I see the word leader being thrown around a lot in general. This isn't network marketing. This is just the world in general. People love to say, oh, I'm a leader, I'm a leader, I'm a leader. Well, there's a difference between leader and achiever. And especially in a community and in a profession like ours, where you really can sometimes get lucky and etc. And you can have a title or a pin or a rank. Don't want you to think that the rank in your company dictates your leadership level. So we'll go through this. The 4th thing, the higher you go, the more time and commitment is required to win each level, of course. Number 5, he says moving up levels occurs slowly, but going down happens quickly. We'll definitely talk about emotional intelligence and things like that throughout this training. Number 6, the higher you go, the greater the return. Maybe sounds a little obvious, but we'll get in it. Number 7, he says moving further up always requires further growth. And I train this a lot. If you follow me on social, especially my reels, my Boss Lee Biz, TikToks, etc. I've been talking a lot about this, especially lately, which is a lot of people in the profession right now are experiencing either plateaus in their business or they are declining in their business. And the reason that's happening is because there's lack of growth. So if you're growing your skill set and you're growing your leadership, your income will grow as well. It's people who kind of, I don't know how to say it except for read their own press clippings. They think they're so good. They think they can't learn anymore. Whatever. They get very egotistical. That's driving me backwards. Number 8, he says not climbing the levels limits you and your people. Number 9, he says when you change positions or organizations, you seldom stay at the same level. And number 10, you cannot climb the levels alone. Okay. So leadership requires the ability to lead people. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have to have people following your movement, if you will. Okay. So let's go ahead and get through this. Hopefully you wrote those things down, but we're going to go through each level and then you can determine where you are and where you want to grow. All right. Level 1 is what John Maxwell calls position. Okay. And leadership is so much more than just having a position. And I kind of said that already, but I see people all the time hold on to these ranks. They talk about, oh, I'm this rank, I'm that, I've achieved this, I've made that. Listen, level one leadership, people are following you because they have to. People are following you because they have to, not because you've done anything necessarily. Position level one leadership is the entry level of leadership, the lowest level of leadership, and every single leader starts here. It is the very foundation that every leader builds upon. And so it's just because you have that title. It's just because maybe you hit that rank. It's like if your company offers a leadership call for people that qualify, okay, I'm putting this in quotations for a reason. Those people, they automatically get access to the rooms, they get access to the title, the badges, the more trainings, the whatever. It doesn't make them a leader. It just means they hold a title, okay? And so level one leaders might be bosses, right? But they're not leaders. There's a difference. And so they don't actually have the influence that is needed to lead. And influence means a lot in leadership, because influence is the ability to move people into action. It's the ability to have people do things that are difficult. It's the ability to have people say, don't want to do it. I don't like this. I don't know. And you move them into action. Okay. And so the people in level one, maybe they have more like subordinates, meaning you've recruited some people. And so then they feel almost indebted to you. They're incorrectly using the word like, oh, that's my mentor. You're not mentoring anyone at level one leadership. Okay. Or they might even say, that's my leader. You're probably also not really leading anybody at this level. Okay. Because you need to lead yourself, which we'll get to in a second. But anybody can be appointed a position. Anybody can be given a title. And so because there's so much ease in being a position level leader, it doesn't actually have a lot of value to it, okay? So if you're new to this, look, maybe it's because you have leadership potential. Maybe this is from a job of yours and network marketing is part-time for you. Maybe it's something that you got really lucky with a couple of recruits or something, and now you've got this title. But listen, that is something that you should celebrate, because somebody believed in you, right? Somebody joined your team, somebody gave you the position, somebody gave you the title. Maybe you're part of a team that has a culture where you're in a leadership position. Look, that's good. It's still, it's something. There's some people who don't lead anybody ever, never will, never have, never want to, right? That's not you if you're at level one. And so this position is also an invitation to learn, to grow. All right. And so leadership is much less about what you do and much more about who you are. I'm going to say that again because it's really important. Leadership is much less about what you do and much more about who you are. And so if you wonder why some people are able to lead movements and other people are not, it's because of who that person actually is at their core. It has so much more to do with the emotion and the passion and the skill set and the character of the person. Okay. So understand that. Now, it's an action, like I also said, which is also important. And so look, in order for you to make the most of your leadership position, if you are identifying currently as a level one, is to stop relying on the position to have people listen to you. If you're somebody who, well, you have to listen to me. I'm your ranked, I'm your diamond. You have to listen to me because I'm your elite. You have to, listen, well, I'm the person who's the champ. I'm the person who's the this. That's not leadership. Okay. So instead, I want you to trade the entitlement for movement. Right? Meaning move people forward to the vision. So if you're level one, you might currently think things like top down as an example. Okay. Oh, well, meaning like I'm over you, or people use language a lot of the time, like, well, the team that's under me. Guys, it's network marketing. Nobody's under you. Okay. And in general leadership, nobody should be under you. It's very disempowering language. I see a lot of separation, and I think some of that is because people like that they finally have a position, right? So they don't like to take people along with them. It's more like, I've earned this, so I'm going to go to this meeting. Okay, I'm the elite, so I get to do it. I'm the diamond for triple unicorn. I get to go to this, and you don't. A lot of this position in leadership is the fake it till you make it. And I'm sure most of you listening to this are like, I'm not going to identify as this. This sounds terrible. We all start here. Okay, we all start here. We all start at level one. Nobody starts at level 5. It's impossible. All right. So the separation of not letting people get close to you, the image of fake it till you make it, the strength is like, oh, no one can ever see me be vulnerable. Bad leadership. Ew. If you never let people see you sweat a little bit, if you never get real with your team, you are not really leading too well, my darlings. Okay. A lot of people in position one leadership have that selfish mentality of, look, you're here for me. You're so lucky that I'm your leader. A lot of this power tripping stuff. I determine your future. No, you don't. Okay. The intimidation stuff. These are the rules to follow, all of that. And so in order to move up, start thinking about changing parts of your leadership, right? Like maybe if you want to move from level 1 to 2, which we'll go over next, titles aren't enough. And you should remember that, right? People, not position. Okay. People, not position. That is a leader's most valuable asset. right, is the people. If you have no one to lead, you have no actual title. The third thing that will benefit you a lot is the leader doesn't always have to have the answers. And a lot of people in level 1 leadership have this thing about them where they have to have all the answers. They got to know everything. You better know the concept. You better know all this stuff. No, you don't actually need to. And it's okay and more useful if you do not do that. Okay. And then, and a good leaders always include others. So start to move people into this as well, so that you can start to have not necessarily authority or power, but you're starting to collaborate with people. All right, start to collaborate with people. So if you're having a lot of turnover on your team, a lot of attrition on your team, a lot of people quitting on your team is all that means, you might be a level 1 leader and you might incorrectly be identifying yourself as level 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, but a couple of things that can help you grow through this. John Maxwell says you should thank the people who invited you. Right? When was the last time you thanked your sponsor? The last time you thanked your team? The last time you thanked your CEO? When was the last time you thanked these people? He says, dedicate yourself to leadership growth. If you're level 1, he says, define your leadership. He says, shift from position to potential, focus on the vision, shift from all those barking of rules to the relationships and start caring about people a little bit more. Initiate more contact with your team members is a great way to move to level 2 leadership. Don't always talk about your title, your position, I'm your this, I'm your that. No. Okay, learn how to say, I don't know, I'm not always right, I don't know everything. And then I will tell you, if you want to become a better leader, get a coach, right? This is so important. All right. So that's level 1. Hopefully you're getting a pretty good idea of that. Level 2 is the permission level of leadership. And this is relationships. The key to moving up to the permission level of leadership is having the right attitude. And so this is all about relationships. It's also about identifying and developing people who have influence inside of your organization, right? And liking these people and treating them with respect and treating them with showing them where their value is, telling people about themselves, trusting people, developing people. The environment in level 2 permission level leadership is that people become a lot more positive, all right? And so, level 2 leaders, though, you are concerned, right? You tend to be concerned about preserving this position. If you might be a level 2 leader, if you are so scared about dropping rank all the time, if everything is a struggle to maintain your rank, that's important to pay attention to. Now, the permission level, though, is very different than the position level, because people are following you because they want to, not because you have the title. There's a big difference in this shift, right? So you're starting to get to know people. People are starting to understand you. People are starting to feel like they're part of the community. People are starting to say, oh, I kind of like this person, right? You can like people without leading them, but you cannot lead people well without liking them. That's true, right? Haven't you ever had somebody on your team where you're like, I don't even like them, and you have a very difficult time coaching them, you have a very difficult time of talking to them, you have a very difficult time of including them, right? This is normal stuff. And so find out who these people are and find out who their leaders are, and then build solid relationships as well. All right. Now, this is actually kind of like an enjoyable level, to be totally honest, because the permission allows you to make your business a bit more enjoyable, I would say, right? You're shifting your focus from me to we. And this is another great place where I want you to start asking yourself, what is the languaging I'm using? And I haven't talked about this ever on a Success Summit or any of the trainings I've done for Frazer or any of you, but I can tell when a leader is not a great leader, when their pattern of language is very exclusive and not inclusive. So things like, ask yourself, are you somebody who says, this is my team, I lead all these people, or I can't even do it. Mine, me, I literally can't do this. This is impossible for me to use this language. Okay, I'm trying though. Use more inclusive stuff, like look what we created. Or our team, I'm so proud of our team. Our team is a ranked blah, blah, blah team. Our team is accomplished blah, blah, blah. I'm shifting the focus from me to we. And that is an upside. That is something you've learned if you're a level 2 leader. And so that's putting the focus on the relationships, the focus on we did this together, the focus on there's an I in team, but it's found in the a-hole. You get it? Okay, so don't put your focus just on winning all the time. Put your focus on the relationships, because you will win when you do that, okay? You're also creating a more positive team, positive work environment. People's energy is going to increase because when you're spending time with people that like you and people that you like, it gives you energy. When you're spending time with a bunch of people that don't like you, or you don't like them, or you don't want to lead them, they don't want to be led by you, right? Very position leadership, level 1. It's not fun, okay? And this level 2 is kind of when your business sometimes starts to get a little bit more enjoyable, okay? So focus on the values of each individual person and nurture the trust inside your team. Again, your attrition will start to go down, meaning less people will quit if you focus more on those people and the trust is being built. All right, so this might seem kind of soft for some of you. You might be like, oh, I don't know, maybe that's like a little bit of a downside. And maybe if you're a big time achiever, this is a frustrating level for you. Level 2 is frustrating because you're like, why do I gotta like it? Why do I have to create relationships? Trust me, it goes down. This is how it just works. This is how leadership stacks, okay? And so I just want you to think about this. This is difficult for some of you who are not naturally a likable person. I would probably start reading some books on charisma. I would read some books on relationships. I would read some books or podcasts or videos or something on how to become more likable, because it is important. And permission leadership, it does force you to deal with the whole person. So how can you gain this kind of permission, you know, for people to want to join you? Look, it's really like law of influence. That's what this is. You're just also adding a ton of value to people's lives. So they want to be around you. And so level 2 leaders, you might be a level 2 leader if you think things like, let's work together, you know, side by side. This isn't about me. This is about us. This is not about me. This is about us. Initiation, I'll come to you, right? How can I help you? What do you need? How can I help you win, right? Inclusion is really important at level 2. So you're starting to ask things like, well, what do you think about this, Frazer? Well, I don't know. What is your opinion? What do you think we should run as the next team campaign? What do you think a great promotion would be? What do you think? Right? Cooperation is also important in level 2 leadership, right? Because again, it's the permission. You're getting the buy-in from people. So together we can win. We're one team. It's one mission, right? We all want to win together. You're kind of striking this balance between achieving everything and having everybody come together and help to win, right? Servanthood. I'm here to help you. And for some of you, again, that are the achievers, this is really difficult because you're really focused on your goals. But if you start to make it an our goal situation, that's where you win, right? And a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. Again, I don't want to call them leaders, maybe achievers. It's very difficult for them. They don't want to allow other people to step into their leadership. But I'm promising you, you will have long-term pinnacle, we'll get there in a couple minutes, leadership and life, quite frankly, if you start to serve more. Level 2 leaders, also you'll start hearing things like, I want to add value to you. How can I develop? As an example, if you are a level 2 leader and you are somebody who actually cares, anytime you would find something that is really valuable in education, you make sure those people are coming. You make sure your leaders are plugged in. So ask yourself, how many of you shared, you know, this event with people? How many of you have people here in the audience, or did you keep it for yourself? Because that's very level 1. That's not level 2 leadership. There's no way you're 3, 4, 5 if you didn't invite people with you. I'm just gonna be honest. If you find a great coaching or education program, do you share it, or are you trying to hoard all the goodness from it, right? Be very honest with yourselves, because leaders want to develop other people. They don't want to keep it to themselves, all right? Encouragement, I believe you can do this. You can get past this. This is you may have heard me train before. I say, I will believe in you until, or you can borrow my belief, right? I believe in you until you believe in yourself. That is encouraging and that is important. And then people really start to innovate and think outside the box at level 2. Now, remember, you're not kicking level 1 out of bed. You start at level 1, you stack level 2 on top of it. So when you move to level 3 in a second, I'm going to help move you to level 3 for those of you that are maybe identifying right now as a level 2. These skills don't go away. So if I'm a level 4 or 5 or whatever leader, I am still focusing on servanthood. I'm still focusing on getting a ton of people to events. I'm still selling the most tickets. I'm still developing people. I'm still encouraging people. I'm still running side by side and letting people work with me. Still doing all this stuff. And I do have a title. I'm not here to lie to you, right? Of course I have titles. So it's stacked. I'm just going to keep repeating that because I think sometimes people get a little confused. They're like, well, I'm no longer a level 2 leader, so I don't need to include anybody. I'm moving on to level 3. And that is not true. This is addition. We're going to add these different skill sets. So if that's making sense to you, please make sure you're taking notes on this. This is so valuable. And when I learned this from John Maxwell himself, I don't know, 9 years ago or something like that, I was like, oh my goodness, this is making a lot more sense. And so if you want to move up to level 3, look, understand, you want to win at a higher level. In order to win at a higher level, relationships are not enough. Relationships are so important, but they're not everything. There's so much more to leadership than just the influence. And now you have to take your people somewhere. There has to be goals. There has to be more vision. Okay. And building relationships, if you want to move to level 3 leadership, it really requires tremendous growth, not just from your group, but also from you. You have to grow towards each other, with each other, collectively with each other. And you will start to lose people if you are not growing and learning and achieving as a leader yourself. People will look at you differently. The title will not be enough. The permission to be part of something will not be enough. They'll be like, I mean, you're cool, but I don't think you're really a leader. Like I said, it's really easy to move backwards in these. It's much more difficult to move forward, okay? And remember that achieving the vision as a team is worth everything for the sake of the bigger picture. Some of you are gonna have to leave some people behind, quite frankly, or spend a little less time with them, but you cannot try to body drag people if you're trying to get to at least level 3 leadership. And some of you have the big bleeding hearts, which I love. I think they're amazing. But guys, some of you just gotta stop that. The body dragging does not help anybody. And so look, if you want, like I said, to get to level 3, look, you got to have the right attitude toward people. You got to connect with yourself. You got to know who you are. You got to develop those skill sets. You got to be self-reliant. You got to be responsible. You got to be honest. You got to have self-esteem. You have to have value. You have to express the value you see in other people. Tell people about themselves in the organization, because again, they've chosen you. And look, make it fun. Make stuff fun with your team, and just make sure you actually also care. You are supposed to encourage these people. All right. So level 3 leadership, and I hope this is useful for you. Level 3 leadership is called production. So write down production, and hopefully, again, starting to identify where you are in this leadership, I guess, pyramid. All right, but production, people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. I will tell you, some of the highest achievers I've ever seen in network marketing are stuck at level 3. Okay, because they're being followed because of something they probably did very early on in their career. And I don't want that to be the reason why you are stuck, okay? Because there's so much more to this. So there's more to being a great leader than creating a pleasant and positive work environment where people are choosing you and she's my friend, she's a great leader. You see that, okay? We see that all the time in network marketing. What's my friend? I joined my friend. It's not a reason to join anybody, but for whatever reason, that's what people do, right? Good leaders get things done. I'm gonna say it again. Good leaders get things done. If you are not a leader who is producing, I'm never going to call you a leader. I will use, and I don't mean for it to be insulting, but I will use the word achiever when I speak to you. But people are jumping around companies, and I know there's a lot of that going on right now, and a lot of people looking for new opportunities, etc. I'm always trying to find the real story. I don't care what the check was that somebody had. If it was a monster runaway leg led by the actual leader and that person's production was 0. That's not leadership. That's the ability to cash a check. Congratulations. Anybody can do it. And that's level 1 position leadership. You shouldn't get a deal or anything in any kind of anything if you can't prove your production. Okay. In level 3 leadership, leaders are gaining the influence and the credibility. Okay. Positive things really start to happen with these level 3 leaders because work is getting done. Goals are being achieved. Other people are winning. Morale is high. Profits go up. Revenue goes up. Turnover goes down. Momentum kicks in, right? That's what we're really looking for, right? Good leaders get things done. Good leaders get results. If you're on a team where nobody's leading you in any direction, where are y'all going? Nowhere fast, okay? You can't convince me you're going anywhere fast because you're not being led anywhere. And it drives me crazy when, I'm so sorry, I'm on a tangent. I'm not sorry at all, but like, Frazer, forgive me. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm not sorry. Okay. I can't stand it. It's like you want people to do your work. You need to do your work. Okay. And at level 3, the leading and the influencing becomes really fun if you're actually doing it because you are so respected. You're tackling tough problems. You are facing the issues that are difficult with solutions, right? You're taking people to a whole other level of effectiveness, right? This is exciting, right? This is exciting. You're starting to see stuff because the relationships are so strong. These leaders are getting such results. They've got personal production. And as a result, their team and their organization respects them, listens to them, and wants to go places with them, right? That production as a leader gives credibility to the leader. It's why, and I know none of you are I mean, maybe some of you are in our organization. I don't know. Hopefully you bought tickets, all right, if you're on our team. But here's the thing, like, they've never seen me not recruit because I've never stopped recruiting. I recruit the 7- and 6-figure earners in network marketing to join me because every single person can watch me online and go, oh my God, if she does that much stuff for free for people, what would it be like on her team? Whoa, I saw her sales. She sells that much. Okay, so she's actually in the trenches. Okay, it's a different level of respect. And I think real leaders want to be led by real leaders. I don't think real leaders want to be led by a check that they can get cut by a company. That's not leadership. You shouldn't have, if you can actually lead, you shouldn't need a check and a bonus and a position and a leg and I'm so sorry, I'm on a tangent again, Frazer. I love you. I'm talking about leadership and I'm feeling passionate, man. I'm feeling, okay, I'll go to it here. Let's move on, okay? Look, the people who produce results are always just gonna have more respect from the entire community, all right? Because leadership production, it sets the standard for people. It shows people visually where they should go. It shows people that's what I need to do to get to top rank. No guessing, no deals, no whatever. Leadership production brings clarity to the vision that you are painting for people. People know where I'm going to take them. People know where I want them to go. People can see step by step by step by step by step by step by step. And that's why there's so much production. Again, this is just level 3. Can you imagine where level 4 is going to go? Okay, here's the fact of the matter, and I'm just going to say it because I love you all enough to say it. Making things happen is a separation between a real leader and a wannabe. When I smile, it like takes away the edge, right? Like it doesn't burn as much. Okay, level 3 leadership can kind of be summed up in one word, which is example. Are you the example? If your company has a leaderboard, are you on it? Not just because you're ranked, because of your production. Okay, and of course there's stages to our life, right? Some of us who are at one stage of our life and others who are another, and we're at a different stage of our business, and some of us whatever, but I'm guessing you're trying to be in production if you're at this event, learning and growing, okay? Because the production that you do will create momentum. All right, but listen, some of you are only productive and you're not actually leading. Okay, so you don't actually have the organizational skills. You're not actually moving other people into momentum. You're just putting in sales. You're just putting in personal recruits. And so sometimes people think just being productive makes you a good leader. There's so much more. In order to be a good leader, you need to do things with others, not just for yourself. So I will make the production, but then I show others how to do it. Does this make sense? Productive leaders feel that heavy weight of responsibility for results for themselves and most importantly for others. Okay. And so because you're so much in production, sometimes it's a lot of difficult decisions you're making. It's sometimes, sacrifices over here, sacrifices over there, but it's worth it in the long run. All right. And so I'm just telling you, you've got to understand, you got to understand your personal giftedness contributes to the vision, right? So where do your real strengths lie? What are you really great at? And focus on that. I'm not trying to be like Michael Jordan, guys. And all I mean when I say that is Michael Jordan apparently spent a lot of time getting really good at a lot of things. If I'm bad at something, I'm not the one who starts to do it. I'm just doubling, tripling, quadrupling, 10xing down on the stuff that I'm excellent at. And my ability to do that has scaled my entire business, my career, all my investments, all my other companies, all this stuff is to the moon. To the moon. I'm not, it's like if my value were dictated on how good I am at doing math, well, oh my gosh, I would feel like a Larry loser. But if you judge a fish at how good its ability is to breathe air, the fish would feel like an idiot too, right? Come on now, let's be smarter about this. So you need to, okay, make sure you're developing your people into a team at this level. Make sure you're prioritizing the things that yield high results, not just sales, not just recruiting. Be willing to make change, all right? And never lose sight of the fact that the results are absolutely in your goals, all right? So make sure you're prioritizing, make sure you're getting buy-in, all of this stuff. But you've got to have beliefs as a leader if you're ever going to move up to level 4. So we're only on level 3 right now. And I know some of you are probably like shaking your heads. Oh my God, like, some of you are, well, I was back left at level 1, level 2. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even level 3. It's okay because now you see what you need to do to get to level 4. So we're going to stop at level, we're not going to stop anywhere. Sorry. We're going to go ahead for a second and say, okay, level 3. Remember that you're stacking level 1, level 2, level 3 to get to level 4. Okay. And you have to have a different mindset of beliefs to get to that level 4. All right, so again, you're going to have to start believing, hey, production's not enough because it's not enough. There's more to this. You're going to think, hey, people are an organization's most necessary asset, right? You can't keep losing people if you're ever going to move to level 3, level 4, level 5. You've got to understand, you have to have a belief that you ever want to be level 4, that growing leaders is the most effective way to have the life and businesses that you want. If you want to accomplish your vision, you have to have people. But you have to create a movement. I don't care what kind of business you're in. You've got to have a movement of people that are going towards a vision, because people development is truly the greatest fulfillment for a leader. There is nothing better than helping people and watching other people achieve things. I'm telling you. And you know it to be true if you've ever helped somebody achieve something that they thought was going to be impossible. I've never found something more joyful than that. And so listen, if you want to plan your growth, here are these steps. Be the team member you want on your team. Question to ask yourself: would you fire you or would you hire you? And this is something that a lot of you are like, oh no. Ask yourself today, your business right now, would you hire you if today's efforts were what you did every day? Or are you not an asset to your team? You got to ask yourself this sometimes. You got to be real with yourself. You got to translate your personal productivity into leadership. You've got to understand everyone's productivity niche inside your team, especially your leaders that you're leading. You have to continue to cast the vision, cast the vision, cast the vision, cast the vision. Yeah, 10 times fast. Oh my gosh. All right. You've got to use momentum to solve problems. You've got to pay attention to the team members' momentum. You've got to understand the 80-20 rule. If you don't know what that is, it's the Pareto principle, 80-20. 80% of people are going to do 20% of the work. 20% of people are going to create 80% of the results. That's all there is to it. Not every, and even inside of that, oh my God, even in the 80-20, there's another 80-20. So your top 20%, there's going to be literally 1 out of those 5 people who's going to be great. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's how this works. And do not forget level 2. You still have to stack level 1, level 2, level 3 to be level 3, and then to move into level 4. Now we're at level 4, which is people development. Level 4 is people development. And this type of leadership is people are following you because of what you have done for them. And again, I'll tell you, there's a lot of great network marketing leaders, a lot of great leaders in general, that this is the reason why people follow them, because of what they have done for people in the past. This is really the ability to empower people. It is the position, it is the permission, it is the relationships, it is the productivity. It's all of it stacked on top of it, right? It's the reproduction. Level 4 is the reproduction, okay? There's a very high level of teamwork at level 4 in personal development. The deepening of relationships happens at level 4. The performance increases dramatically because there's more leaders on the team. People are more developed. People have emotional intelligence. People are not screaming at each other. People are not fighting with each other. There's no drama triangles all over the place. There's no screaming at this person. This person doesn't like this person. I can't believe I'm cross-line to him, cross-line to her, up-line to him, down. You don't have that. There's none of this going on at level 4. There's no time for it. Level 4 leaders change the lives of the people they lead. I'm going to say that again. Level 4 leaders change the lives of the people they lead. And some of you are putting down that you're level 4, and I don't know, maybe you've changed one person's life, but y'all, it's like these are the people where you get the messages, the phone calls, the testimonials in the DM, you get all this crazy stuff. You get so many messages from people that are just saying, I was a different person. You saved my family's life. I've learned how to do this. I can't believe my bank account. I cannot explain to you. I never thought I'd travel the world. This is because of you. I know how to calm my emotions down. I know how to breathe. I know how to develop. I know how to lead. I've got these skills because of you, right? The personal development is setting you aside from leaders. You are starting to elevate yourself because you're being seen completely differently. You're a different level, right? The people development, the growth is sustainable at this level. There's none of this going on in level 4 leaders. If your check is going up and then down and then up and then down, and you're blaming it on COVID, or you're blaming it on the world being shut down, you're blaming it because you live in Poland, you're blaming it because you live in Germany, you're blaming it because you live in the UK. Oh, it's because I'm not in America. Oh, because my company's website. Oh, because dude, level 4 leader did not have an excuse for any of it. So do not write down that you're a level 4 leader if you've ever said any of those things. Payment processing's not fast enough. Shipment's too slow. The website's this. The I'm not open in that country. A level 4 leader literally finds a way. Do you understand? Like level 4 leaders, they are not playing, right? If there's not time for excuses, there's not time for any of this stuff. Right? Because they're so focused on developing people and moving people in the right direction and turning them into better, more developed, loving, caring human beings. The leader is leading large leaders, right? They're trying to change the world. And so one thing I do see as a downside is that sometimes at level 4, there's this self-centeredness, and it can cause leaders to neglect the people development. It's difficult sometimes to focus on all these other people, and you're trying to help this person's mom, and this person get them to 10 grand a month, this person 20 grand a month. I'm trying to get this person to top rank too. it's difficult, right? And so sometimes insecurities can creep in. This is normal. I'm not telling you leaders don't have emotions or they think through things or any of this stuff, right? So just ask yourself, are you feeling threatened when somebody starts to come up to almost match your rank, or are you celebrating? You can't be a level 4 leader if you are somebody who tries to sabotage your downline. Okay. Oh, this person's coming up beneath me and they're going to be here and they're going to be my rank next. And so I'm not going to help them and I'm going to stop answering their calls. If you're going to be a real level 4 leader, if you've got somebody who's about to hit a huge rank, maybe it's your rank, but you might just give them a recruit. You know what I mean? You might just pass them some customers. You might just want to see them win more than you want to see yourself win. That's when you start to say, hey, I think I'm a little bit further along than I realized I was, right? Oh, it's like, I gotta take another drink. Wonderful. Make sure you are committed. I'm talking a lot, man. I'm talking a lot. So make sure you are developing your leadership, all right? So look, here's the fact of the matter. Only leaders can develop other people to become leaders. Only leaders can develop other people to become leaders. John Maxwell says that, okay? It takes a leader to know a leader. It takes a leader to know a leader, all right? And it takes a leader to show a leader, and it takes a leader to grow a leader. I love that from him, right? So yes, you better be recruiting and finding the best people possible. You better be positioning, placing people in the right positions. You better be modeling, showing others how to lead. You better be equipping people and helping people do their jobs. You better be developing people, teaching them how to do their lives better, their business better, everything better, right? You better be empowering people, enabling people to succeed. And you better be also evaluating and measuring the people in their efforts. Right. And so, look, I know we want to be level 5 leaders, which I'm about to get to, but ask yourself, in what ways can you make people development a lifestyle of yours? Who on your team can you reach out to right now that's been on your heart this entire training, where you're like, I do see something special in that person. I do think that they could be the next level. I should help explode their growth. I need to spend more time developing these people, right? Ask yourself, right? And how would this lifestyle of developing people more than you're trying to care about yourself change your business? And I'll tell you, it'll change a lot. And remember, we're stacking. So we're not just throwing out level 3 and before we go to level whatever. We're stacking level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get to 5. Okay, so grow through this. The highest goal of leadership is to develop other leaders, not gain followers. Leaders want more leaders, not just followers. Leaders want leadership culture, not just followers, not just sales. Okay, and this developing of leaders is a lifelong commitment. You can't join and then quit. It just doesn't work. All right, and so be willing, to grow yourself. Be willing to decide that people are worth the extra effort. Be willing to work through your insecurities, because we all have them. Be willing to develop people. Be willing to personally develop people. Be willing to not work alone. Be willing to ask to contribute, right? And I'll just say, like, remain approachable. Something I think some people, like, I know most of you haven't met me yet, but please, when we do meet, say hi. I'm still a human. I still put my pants on one leg at a time in the morning. I still have diggity dogs that just walked in and they look so cute. They smell like wet dog though it's raining. They stink. I'm still just a human being. And so I like, especially in sales teams of mine, I remain very approachable. And I tell people this often, please come up to me. Please don't think that I'm any better than you. I'm not. My time is valuable and so is yours, right? And so if you're going to be somebody's role model, somebody's coach, somebody's mentor, somebody's leader, make sure you don't put yourself up on a high horse and you think, oh my gosh, I'm just the best of the best. You're not the best of the best. That doesn't exist. And make sure that you're committed as well to this kind of development. Something I see a lot is a leader thinks that they've made it, and then they stop developing and they stop growing. And when you stop growing and when you stop developing and you stop caring, and everything has to be about the designer clothes and the fancy cars and the trips around the world and the what you buy and where you eat and how much you spent on something. It's like we have totally taken out the humanness that people actually followed you for to begin with. Because remember, you were a level 2 leader at one point in time, and people chose to work with you before you were ever a level 4 leader. So let's leave that humility cloak on sometimes before we just steamroll people, okay? And level 5 leadership is where you want to go, and it's called pinnacle leadership. And I kind of already slipped that in a little bit earlier, but here it is for you. Pinnacle level leadership. This is where we all would love to be. This is where all you want to do is take people to the top. And I will tell you, think of Frazer. That is his goal. His goal is not to create 1,000 Frazers. His goal is to create the best version of you. People say sometimes, Jessie Lee, I'm going to be the next Jessie Lee. And I literally will say to them, please don't. I want you to become the best version of you. Jessie Lee is already taken. The best version of Jessie Lee is already in progress. I just want you to be the best version of you. I want to make as many millionaires as possible, help make, not me, but help create as many millionaires as possible. I want to help be responsible for changing the lives of millions of people around the globe as well. I want to take as many people to the top of their life as possible. It's important to me. And pinnacle leadership, it's where you're just taking yourself completely out of it and you're trying to serve at such a high level. And this is a difficult level of leadership because it cannot be about you. Nothing can be about you. It's about taking others to the top. And so pinnacle leadership is where people follow you because who you are and what you represent. And of course, this is the most difficult level to reach. Okay. And not many people ever achieve this level. And if they do, it's partially because they have developed their leadership like crazy. And I will tell you, some of the best pinnacle leaders I've ever seen are the ones with the craziest, most destructive, most terrible, most sad, emotional stories. They've gone through so much stuff in their past, and that's what's developed them into a leader from a very young age. Okay. And so most people can achieve levels 1 through 4, just through, pushing themselves. But level 5 is a lot of effort. Level 5 is skill. Level 5 is intentionality. Level 5 is a high level of talent that you have developed. When I say the word talent, I'm not talking about you woke up one day and God hit you over the head with a frying pan and said, congratulations, you bibbity bobbity boop, get the talent of leadership. No, it's the talent that you have developed through working really hard. And so level 5 leaders have spent so much time developing their people to be at least level 4 leaders. And so don't even consider calling yourself a level 5 leader if you can't say this person, 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 these are all level 4 leaders that I've helped mentor, right? If you can't do that, you are nowhere near level 5, and that's okay. This is where you want to go. Most leaders don't ever make it to level 5 because it requires them simply taking themselves out of the equation and elevating everybody around them. And this is a conversation a lot of people aren't ready to have. A lot of people would simply rather lead a bunch of followers. It's why I intentionally use language on my live videos and my posts of I lead people to 6 and 7 figures because I only want to lead leaders. I like working with the complicated people. I like working with the people I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to learn how to communicate even better to work with this person. Oh, wow, we got a wild one. It's like a challenge almost. And I enjoy that because I know it's going to take a lot of effort. And so I enjoy developing leaders to the point where they can be autonomous. They don't need Jessie Lee. They can go be the leader that they want to be. Okay, I want to be able to create, and level 5 leaders create the opportunities other leaders couldn't possibly imagine, right? In level 5 leaders, it's their leadership that's gaining the reputation. It's their leadership that has created the tremendous levels of respect. It's the leadership they have where you talk badly about a level 5 leader and an army of people whose lives have been changed from the level 5 go after you. The level 5 leader doesn't have to respond to every hate comment, doesn't have to respond to every negative thing they see, doesn't have to respond because they've earned the respect. And so listen, your influence is a wonderful thing. Okay, pinnacle leadership, look, you're creating a legacy. These are legacy leaders. These are people with huge vision, massive passion, huge hearts. They just want to see everybody win. Okay, and it's this extended platform for leading. When you're a pinnacle leader, you're never just stuck in one area. You're able to go so many more places because your leadership can be moved wherever. Right. And so, like I said, a lot of people, you can lose leadership very quickly when you're trying to go other places. You see people leave opportunities. If you've ever played the blame, shame, justify game, that rhymes. When you've left an organization or were terminated, I'm telling you, you were not the leader you thought you were. Did you screw up? Probably. Did something happen? Probably. And I'll tell you right now, a level 5 leader does not go on the campaigns of, oh my gosh, woe is me, everybody follow me anyway, because you wouldn't believe what that company did to me. It didn't even happen. And even if it did happen, no one cares about your drama, and a leader doesn't talk about the drama because it doesn't matter. It creates more drama. I know I'm right. Okay, and I know how you Europeans work. Sometimes you just love stirring the pot. We're going to stop with the pot stirring if we're ever going to be level 5. leaders, okay? You want to have this extended platform for leadership where you can take your leadership and you can move anywhere. You can move from network marketing into entrepreneurship that's outside of network marketing. You can take your skill set of leadership here and build brick and mortar businesses. You can build huge funds. You can do real estate. You can move everywhere you want to because the mountain of leadership that is you cannot be shut down. Make sense? Now, here's the downside of this level 5 leadership though. Some people think, I've arrived. Okay, you've never arrived. And a real level 5 leader knows this. They go, I got a lot to learn. I got to be better. I got to help more people. Oops, I could be better at this, right? You're not done. You're not done growing. You're not done leading. You're not done learning. You're not done. You're not done going to events. You're not done doing any of these things because a level 5 leader understands this is a lifelong journey. And when you're at the pinnacle, you know, you might start reading your own press. And that's one of those things that moves you down so fast. Oh, well, somebody said you're so good. Somebody said you're the best in this country. Somebody said you're the best in that company. Somebody said whatever. They get carried away sometimes with the power, carried away sometimes with the position, carried away sometimes with the people that are following, right? Don't lose your focus is all I'm trying to say. Do not lose your focus. Remain focused on your vision. Remain focused on your purpose. Remain focused on your leadership. Remain focused on helping other people. You got to make room for others at the top. The ultimate leaders I've ever met are the people who are willing to develop people even further than they can. Right? They want everybody past them. They want everyone to win. They are always mentoring. The mentorship does not stop. It's continuing to mentor the potential level 4s and 5 leaders. So it's not just you on the pinnacle. You're trying to develop other level 5 leaders. You have this inner circle if you want to be a pinnacle leader, right? You've got this inner circle that keeps you grounded, right? Frazer's one of mine. I'm one of Frazer's. We're accountability partners. We call every week. Right? We call each other on our crap. We say, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to reach your potential. You could do this better. I'm like, you could do that better. He's like, do that. I'm like, you do that. He's like, you do this. I'm like, fine, I'll do this. Right? We're constantly going back and forth, keeping each other grounded in what we're doing and the vision of our lives of where we want to go. We're stretching the vision, right? So think about this and think about, hey, okay, if I'm going to move into a new stage of my life where maybe I do have a successor in my business, you know, okay, great. You know, what's the plan there? You know, am I just going to leave the team high and dry? I see that more in network marketing than I see most things, right? Let's not do that. Let's not leave people, all right? Let's leave a positive legacy, all right? And then move people forward. Remain humble, remain teachable, remain focused. Quite frankly, people ask me all the time, oh, Jesse Lee, this is my main thing. Network marketing is my main thing. This allows me to live a beautiful life. I've taken this money, I've invested it very, very wisely. But my core focus is helping so many people, right? I've got that inner circle. I do what I can do. I create a supercharged leadership development program all around me because I want to have as many leaders as possible. I don't like hanging out with normal people. Don't talk to me if you have a bad attitude. Don't talk to me if you don't know how to use Google. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean, right? People have stupid questions all the time. Don't talk to me if you can't help yourself. Don't talk to me if you don't have a big vision. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I want to create amazing leaders who change the world, right? I want to move as many people as possible to the top. That's what I'm trying to do. I know what my legacy is. I want top leaders all around me, right? And so I'm thinking so much greater than just what can I do here? I'm thinking, what can I do with the world, right? How can I change the world? How can I serve the world? So ask yourself, do you believe there's plenty of room at the top for more leaders? Or are you one of those people that's like, only 1%? Like those people that say that, just tell me you're not even on level 1 yet. Just tell me you're a level 0 leader, okay? Anybody, if you've ever caught yourself saying stuff like that, it's only the 1%, you're a loser. I like y'all enough to tell you the truth. You're just a loser. Because people that are ever a leader of any kind, it's about, you know what? Like, I'm just going to tell you a story really fast. You don't mind. I'm tell you something. I will never forget. It's like the movie Dumb and Dumber. When the girl shuts down whatever the actor's name is. I don't even remember. And sorry, I'm bad with movies, but you guys will remember the scene where he says, Jim Carrey's the actor. And she says, it's like a 1 in a million chance. And he goes, oh, so you're telling me there's a chance, okay? I'm the same way. I'll never forget when I was going to make the move into network marketing. It's a true story. On the side of a street in Chicago, Illinois, this lady Cheryl says to me on the side of the road, Jessie Lee, look, can you make $1 million a year in network marketing? Yeah, you probably will. But, you know, you could lose it all, you know? And I went, so you're telling me there's a chance that I'm going to be in the top 1% of the world? You're telling me I just might make it to this? Top 1% of something. Why would I try? Why would I shoot for the 99%? If you're telling me there's a chance to be in the 1%, then I'm going to go for the 1%. I don't need to know about the 2%, the 5%, the 10%. I don't need to know. Like, I've never thought to go, let me look at an income disclosure. I have thought, let me look at the compensation plan and see what I need to do to get to the 1% that y'all are telling me make millions of dollars. Do you see the difference in the mindset? There's a very big difference in mindset. I wouldn't want to know that 90% of real estate agents never sell a house. I would go, but you're telling me 10% do sell a house. You're telling me that every town has one real estate agent who makes maybe $1 million a year. Well, then I'm going to be the one. No, I'm going to be the one. My interest was never in how do I become the loser. Like, a lot of you literally focus on how do I become the biggest loser. The only time I would want to be the biggest loser if I was on the television show, The Biggest Loser, meaning I'm the number one there, losing the most. You understand? Like, so ask yourself, pardon my tangent, do you believe there's plenty of room at the top for additional leaders, or do you feel like that space is limited? And ask yourself why. Ask yourself, how is this impacting the way I develop people, and how is it impacting the way I develop myself? Because I'm telling you right now, if you can understand these are the characteristics that leaders have, and if you can understand that this is the way that leaders think, and if you can understand that there is room for every single one of you, and if you can understand that the reason why Frazer puts on events like this, and the reason why he has amazing people come on, and the reason he asks me to train and whoever else to train is because he wants to develop you into the leader that you should be, well, then we're on the right path. Because leadership is the biggest gift. Leadership changes everything. Everything. And so start thinking about the people who have been on your heart throughout this training. Start thinking about the people that you can move into level 2 because they're level 1, or level 3 because they're level 2, or level 5 because they're level 4. And think about you and where you are and what skill sets now you know you need to learn to stack yourself to level 5. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Jeff.
Okay, I'm sorry, it did go over, but some people may look at this like, oh my God, I have such a long way to go. We all do, but this is just a part of the journey. I think that blew my mind, by the way. I know Alison's like, her training, she's very like, this is how it is. You want to get there, this is the mindset you get. She doesn't mollycoddle. She is here to help the absolute leaders in this industry. And if you're here wanting to become the absolute leader in the industry, this is a gift for you. Whether you're now shaken like, yeah, like, I gotta really change the way I think about this. Good. It's a gift. You now realize what it takes. It's a gift that you now have to rethink of like where you are. You want to be in the top 1%. You don't want to be in the loser, not in the 1%. The idea is like, well, why wouldn't I be? Alison's at the top because she never had a doubt in her mind that she wouldn't be in the top. There's secrets in this. And I'm so sorry to take up much of your time, and we will be going on tomorrow into environment. And tomorrow's is, oh my, it literally changed my life. It made me do some drastic changes. But I love you all. I'm going to record this, save it. Please send it to your team, to anyone you think will enjoy it. I hope that you gain some stuff and now you have this like bigger vision. Because for me, I was like, I have so much to do on leadership. Let's go change the world. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, Angel. Bye.